Okay, this lesson is on area and perimeter of some common shapes. Okay, the first one we're going to deal with is a rectangle. Now there's some formulas we can work with. The area of a formula is your length times your width. Okay, so if you take your rectangle and your length is 10 and your width is 6, I'd have 10 times 6 as long as my units are the same, which would give me 60, and it's 60 meters squared. Area is all of the inside, okay? How much space does that shape occupy in 2 dimensions? And it'd be 60 meters squared, 10 meters by 6 meters. When it comes to the perimeter, there are a couple different formulas you can work with. The most easiest thing is you're just adding up all the outsides. So I have 6 meters, 10 meters, I have another 6 meters, and I have another 10 meters, okay, to go all the way around. And I would be adding them all up, 6 meters plus 10 meters plus another 6 meters plus another 10 meters, okay, which would give me 32 meters. Now, perimeter, my units are in just meters. Area, it is meters squared. Now, it should be noted that there are 2 other formulas I can use for the perimeter of a rectangle, and that is perimeter equals 2 lengths plus 2 widths. So 2 times my length, which is 10, plus 2 times my width, which was 6, and that would give me 20 plus 12, which is also 32 meters. And the other formula would be perimeter equals 2 length plus width. 2, my length was 10, my width was 6. These are all the exact same formula. They give me the exact same answer. Bottom line is, for perimeter, you're just adding up all the outsides. Okay? Area is length times width, which is how much is on the inside. Perimeter is adding up all the outsides. And like I said, there are 3 different ways you can do the perimeter. When it comes to a triangle, okay, area is base times height divided by 2. Okay? Base being 12, my height being 5, I put the numbers into the formula, and I divide by 2. 12 times 5 is 60. 60 divided by 2 is 30. My units are meters, so my area is 30 meters squared. When it comes to the perimeter, just same as before, you can add up all the sides going around. Okay, so I have 5 plus 12 plus 13. For all the shapes to find the perimeter, you're just going to add up all the outsides. Okay, 5 plus 12 is 17. 17 plus 13 is 30. Again, so I have 30 meters for the perimeter. My area is 30 meters squared. When it comes to a circle, okay, circle, your formulas, your area is pi r squared. Now r stands for my radius, which is halfway from the center to the outside of a circle. So halfway across, the center to the outside. My radius this time is 4. So now pi times 4 squared. Now pi is equal to 3.14, but also many calculators have the pi button, which is a little bit more accurate, has even more decimal places. So when I want to do it, I want to go 4 squared, which is 16. So I have pi times 16. I'd square the 4 first, and then I can multiply that by pi. So I have 16 times pi equals, and my answer is 50 point, in this case I want to go to 1 decimal place, 50.3 meters squared. When it comes to circumference, perimeter of a circle is called circumference. And the circumference is, there's 2 formulas. You can have pi d, or you can have circumference equals 2 pi r. Now they are the exact same formula, just written different ways. D is diameter, which is the whole way across. R is radius, which is only halfway across. So I'd multiply the radius by 2. So they are the exact same formula. Either way, I'd have 2 times pi, which is 3.14, times, in this case I want to use a radius because I have it, and my radius is 4. I can multiply the 2 and the 4 together to give me 8, and then I'd have 8 times my pi, which is 3.14. 8 times pi equals, and I have 25.1, and again my units are meters. Area is meters squared, circumference is just meters. Sometimes you have a shape that requires a little bit more work. Maybe you have to break it up into multiple shapes. So when I look at this, I see a rectangle right here. I see another rectangle, and then I have a triangle. Okay? There are different ways you can break this shape up. Do whatever way is simplest for you. So if I want to find, let's say I want to find my area. Okay? I want to have area 1, area 2, and area 3. And I want to have to add them all up. So area 1, that is a rectangle, so length times width, which would be 5 times 3, which is 15 meters squared. Area 2, it's this rectangle right here. Oh, I need to figure out what, there's a missing dimension. Okay? So I have 3 meters, and I know that 7 meters goes all the way across to this point. So that means 3 and something have to add up to 7, so that would be 4 meters. So I have another rectangle, which is length times width. I have 4 meters, and times my height. Well, I don't have that information, so I have to figure that out as well. I know my entire height is 5 meters. And I have 2 meters that go part way up. The whole way has to go to 5, so that means I must have 3 meters missing. So my width is 3 meters. And my area 2 is 4 times 3, which is 12 meters squared. And then I need to do the third area, which is the triangle, which would be base times height divided by 2. My base. So I have 8 meters that went all the way across. I had 4 meters that went that far, which means I had another 4 meters to go. Base is 4 meters. My height. The height is 3 meters, and that's the same amount, so my height is also 3 meters. So 4 for my base, 3 for my height, divide by 2. 4 times 3 is 12, divided by 2 is 6 meters squared. So my total area is 15 plus 12 plus 6. 15 plus 12 plus 6 is 33 meters squared. Now when it comes to perimeter, I'm adding up going all the way around. So my perimeter is going to equal, and if I start at this 5, that's kind of my starting point. I'll have 5 plus 3 plus 2 plus I have 8 going all the way across plus I don't have this diagonal amount. I need to figure that out. And then I have a 7 to add afterwards. So I need to figure the diagonal amount, how much to put in. So the diagonal, I had a triangle, which is 3 meters by 4 meters. I need to figure out how much that diagonal is. Now that we can use what's called the Pythagorean Theorem. C squared equals a squared plus b squared. And this can come from a different video if you're not sure what I'm talking about for Pythagorean Theorem, but you're going to put in your two shorter sides, 3 squared and 4 squared, which give me 9 plus 16, give me 25 as my c squared, and c equal the square root of 25, which is just 5. So you add up your the squares of your two shorter sides. A squared plus b squared, 3 squared plus 4 squared, and then I take the square root at the end. So that diagonal part is 5 meters. So I can put that into my perimeter. Add up all the way going all the way around that shape gives me my total perimeter. Okay, so I'd have 10, I'd have 22, I'd have 29 meters going all the way around. Okay, this is a short little lesson on area and perimeter. Sometimes you need to break shapes up into smaller shapes in order to do it, and sometimes you might have to find a missing side using the Pythagorean Theorem. Okay, thank you very much.